Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well, and of course I am on vocal rest, which is why I'm going to be speaking relatively low, though of course I'll boost the sound in post so that way it doesn't sound too low for you. But as you guys know, I've been in a show and we have just finished our first weekend, so tomorrow and Tuesday we will be back on a regular streaming schedule, though of course I will try and save my voice as much as possible because I don't want to have my voice completely gone for my last two performances later this week, because this is going to be the last show that I'm able to do at this particular location before me and my family decide to move over to Tennessee. And so I do want to take it as seriously as possible. That's another reason why I've been very limited on videos, why I haven't been producing content every single day, and why I haven't been covering all the news, including things like Batwoman's trailer being totally awful. And I do plan on doing a video about that and at least talking about that during the live stream, because man oh man, the insinuations and the references to hashtag Time's Up and the Me Too era is just cringeworthy. But anyway, this is a story that I just wanted to point your attention to. Disney Fox has sabotaged Dark Phoenix for Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. Some of you have probably already heard about this by now, that Dark Phoenix had to go through a lot of basically a lot of reshoots towards the very end to change its ending because it was very similar to another ending. And so this was during the time when Disney had already taken over for Fox, or at least was at the point when it had a lot of control over the decisions, the creative decisions of Fox's movie. And so the reason why apparently is because the ending to Dark Phoenix was very much similar to and akin to the ending to another movie by Disney called Captain Marvel. And so they decided, okay, well, we can't have that happen. We can't have this shared universe, and we cannot have a movie ending in the same exact way, even though I'm sure it would have made a hell of a lot more sense for them to end it that way, seeing that that's how the film was originally written. Not to mention, Skrulls, yes, that is correct, Skrulls were originally part of the story for Dark Phoenix, and Dark Phoenix was actually supposed to be 2 films originally. Again, you can read that all for yourself here on Cosmic Book News, so you can go to Cosmic Book News. Matt McGloin is the one that wrote the article. But basically, this kind of just confirms what I've already been saying and what I really do speculate. And you can say this is tinfoil hat conspiracy all you want, that I honestly do believe that they did everything they could to try and sabotage this film, Dark Phoenix. And some of you might say, why would you sabotage a film when it's a film that you still need to make money back on? And that is the biggest question that any of us ask when any of these executives make decisions that make no sense. For example, releasing a film during a certain time of the year, or making a film that nobody wants. For example, Solo: A Star Wars Story. These are all questions that we oftentimes have, and yet the answers are not always as clear as we would think them to be. And so for us to think, and for people and anyone really to say, oh, that's just a conspiracy and it doesn't make any sense, well, I can point to examples that I just mentioned that also don't make any sense either, and yet they still happen nonetheless. But really, this is ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous that they are going so far out of the way to protect this damn person in Brie Larson and her movie Captain Marvel. A movie that isn't selling, by the way. There was a great channel, Cool Duder, who does a lot of the Tuesday DVD Blu-ray updates, where he basically goes out to Best Buy, to Walmart, to all these places, and to shows what are new and what's been newly released. And he shows you that they have racks and racks and racks, more so. And this is a guy that goes literally every Tuesday and has done so for the past 10 years. He says, I have never seen these many copies for a Marvel Disney film in my life, let alone 4K Steelbook editions for the Best Buy exclusives. Which points out a couple things to me. One, no one's buying them. And of course, I'm getting people on Twitter saying, well, you know what, mine, it was almost gone. It was almost sold out. And I'm sure it's going to vary by location. The main point of it is that a lot of people are not going to be buying this, because even people that like this film said, nah, it was okay. Nah, it was fine. And that is not enough for someone to say, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and buy it, go out of my way to go ahead and buy this on 4K and Blu-ray. Now, I can't really wait to see those Blu-ray numbers come in, and also really honestly to look into them further and deeper to see, I wonder if they're going to try to finagle those numbers to try and make it look like it's better than what it is, because, we already had the $1 billion, just giant question mark as to how in the hell a film that is so bland and is so bad, really, as what Captain Marvel is, make as much money as it does, to see just how well it's going to do on post-release. But I've already told you guys that if it doesn't do well on post-release, guess what? Their excuse is going to be, oh, well, you see, everyone's getting it on digital HD, and so Fandango's already come out and said, oh, it's the highest grossing and the highest pre-ordered movie on our platform for digital HD. And it's like, okay, so just literally on Fandango, And we already know that Fandango and Rotten Tomatoes, being part of the same company, have gone out of their way to protect this film because it was because of Captain Marvel. They did away with their interested in score and they changed their entire system. And they have now recently changed it to now where you have to be a verified person in order to leave a review. And we know that this all has to do with them trying to protect Disney and Disney films. And it all started with who? Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. So obviously, it just, to me, there's too many dots. To me, there's too many dots that connect, that make it very clear that they have gone out of their way, that Disney has gone out of their way to try and protect Brie Larson's Captain Marvel when they need to face the reality that she is an unlikable person, an unlikable character, and if they honestly think that they're going to be able to lead the MCU forward with this despicable person, that they've got something else coming for them. But anyway, guys, what are y'all's thoughts about this? And again, I know I'm not going to the article too much. Please go ahead and read it for yourself. Again, that is Cosmic Book News, and it is an article written by Matt McGloin, but I do want to try and save my voice as much as possible. But do you think that they really did try and sabotage it? It really seems to me like these last-minute changes were made, and these last-minute changes had a very profound effect on the overall film. There are also rumors, now these are rumors, that there is an other edition. There is a different cut of the film that is a better cut because it's before the reshoots. There's also the possibilities that there are these extended scenes, that there are these cut scenes that make certain things in the movie make more sense. Could we eventually, now of course with Disney now owning the rights to it, we probably will never see this come to the light of day because that would just confirm for us that they did everything out of here just to protect Captain Marvel, to protect Brie Larson. But wouldn't it be amazing if one day somehow, some way we were able to get a Simon, a guy that's actually taking responsibility for himself, Simon Kinberg, who was actually saying it's his fault, even though if we're able to look at this, we're able to say, no, I'm pretty sure this is Disney and the Fox and Disney executives' faults for doing this and for, making these changes have to happen in this way. But wouldn't it be amazing if, like, down the road, like in 20 years, we got like an official Dark Phoenix cut and it ends up being one of the greatest films that's ever been made? Wouldn't that be cool? Again, obviously, possibly couldn't happen, could happen, who knows. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being so patient with me while I've been doing my show. The show has been going just fine, but I have been losing my voice lately, so I do want to try and limit the videos and limit the amount of talking, which is why, guys, the podcast, for any of my Patreon listeners who are $5 and up, and for my Subscribe Star listeners who are $5 and up, that will happen, and I will record that sometime tomorrow, so Monday or Tuesday. There will be a Monday morning stream, just like there has been previously. There will be also a Monday evening stream because we have a break from the show, so there will be a Monday evening stream, though I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible and save my voice as much as possible. Also, Tuesday morning and Tuesday evening stream as well, One-Man Low Council, and then we will of course have our morning stream on Wednesday as well. Thursday, the Twitch stream will probably be canceled again because I do have a performance that evening, and so I do want to try and save my voice as much as I can. And then next week we should be back to complete normalcy. That is, of course, until we start to have to pack and we have to start to move things, etc., and craziness happens once again. So I'm very sorry indeed that all of this has happened, that all this madness has happened. Also, what you'll realize if you go to ombreviews.com, so of course one of my main objectives this summer was to create a website, and this is obviously just a basic template. I was actually going to buy, and I still plan on it at some point, though of course other things are taking priority right now, to actually buy an official theme, a really good looking theme that's attached to IMDb, so that way it's easy to look up movies, and it basically will be seamlessly transferring over to be able to leave reviews and be able to leave ratings, etc., and for it just to be an honest site that does not actually criticize, or rather does not actually delete comments and delete reviews or anything like that, which is what Rotten Tomatoes is doing. But you'll see that there is this now new note that I've just posted now that the site will not be updated until further notice. So if you're wondering why there aren't any updates as far as leaving scores for X-Men Dark Phoenix or Secret Life of Pets or any of the films that have just recently come out, the reason why is of course because of the show. So I'm hoping to be able to get at least some of this updated on Monday or Tuesday of this week. If not, then it'll have to be pushed back till next week. So again, I'm very sorry indeed that I've fallen behind on all of these things, but thank you guys so much for all of your patience and for all your understanding. And also, I have been following what you guys have been doing and what you guys have been saying over. I made a post earlier today, or I think, was it today or yesterday? I think it may have been yesterday. I left a post, and it was also a poll saying, hey guys, don't worry, I'm still alive. And with 419 votes, I asked, do you miss me? And 78% of you said yes, 6% of you said no. So screw you guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure you were being facetious. Anyway, I guess so. It's like 12%, but surprisingly low. Only 3% of people wanted another movie night. And people wonder why I don't do movie nights more often. It's because not a lot of people like movie nights, but there will be a movie on Tuesday. It's going to be The Thing. So John Carpenter's The Thing is going to be watched on Monday morning, and I believe our stream is going to be starting at 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. Central Standard Time Tuesday morning, we will be watching John Carpenter's The Thing, and there will be a movie night coming up in the near future. Also, for Patreon people, we will have our Patreon stream, not obviously today, this Sunday, but we're going to plan to have it next Sunday, towards, again, one of the last Sundays of June. So, again, plan for that to be next Sunday around noon. So, around noon Central Standard Time. I will send you guys a message sometime this week, probably Monday or Tuesday when I'm off from having to worry about the show. But that is happening. So, for all my $25 and up backers who have been processed for this month, you will indeed be given a link, and there will be a stream on that day. And remember that Sundays at noon are pretty much the best time for me to do those streams, and so unfortunately I cannot just, if anyone says, oh, this day works better, at that point it becomes craziness and madness. So put in your calendars, next Sunday, noon Central Standard Time, Patreon stream, where all of my $25 and up patrons processed for this month, the month of June, will all be invited to come on and talk and bring in any topics that they want to talk about, etc. And we'll talk for about an hour and a half or so. Anyway, guys, thank you all so very much for being a part of this channel and for being so supportive of me during all of this. But please let me know your thoughts about the whole Disney Fox thing. Do you think that they were sabotaged? Do you think that this is tinfoil hat? Or do you think that there's something else going on? Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.